Top stories tonight in Y News. The Interagency Task Force on the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases has decided to extend Alert Level 2 status in Metro Manila until the end of February.
The national government is looking to conduct a monthly nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive to ramp up the immunization rate in the country.
The Metropolitan Waterworks and Sewerage System probes the prolonged water service interruptions by Maynilad Water Services.
From Manila cannot be de-escalated yet to COVID-19 Alert Level 1. Health Secretary Francisco Duque III said that COVID-19. Thus, the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases or IATF retains the COVID-19 Alert Level 2 over Metro Manila until February 20 NCR. Also, according to the National Vaccination Operations Center or
type totally dapat magbukas immediately.
Kasi marami sa ating mga areas sa NCR, medyo mababa ang coverage ng A2, yung ating senior citizens.
Apart from NCR, major parts of the country will also be under Alert Level 2. Meanwhile, 7 provinces in the country will be placed under COVID-19 Alert Level 3 from February 16 to 28, 2022, particularly Iloilo City, Iloilo Province, Guimaras, Zamboanga, Davao de Oro, Davao Occidental, and South Cotabato. Rosa Licoz, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Alleys are crowded and this is a cause of concern. Here is Dr. Benito Atienza, the president of the Philippine Medical Association.
Nakita po natin halos wala na pong distancing. Di ba dapat po ang distancing?
Atienza also emphasized that such activities are super spreader events. Dr. Atienza also said candidates should just use online platforms to campaign rather than hold events that make people's health at risk. The Health Department urged local government units to enforce safety and health protocols against COVID-19 as the country is still in the middle of a pandemic.
Hanggat sa maaari, gusto natin talaga magbukas na ang pinakamalaking bahagi ng ekonomiya.
Mariel Parañaque City local government units said they will not tolerate any candidate doing such act. Here is Mayor Edwin Olivares of Parañaque City.
Pagtitigil namin yung rally. Pag hindi sila sumunod per protocol, ipagdigil.
Each emphasized that there are campaign rules, handshaking, hug prohibited. Since these are one of the main causes, we can shift to new normal or alert level 1 once COVID-19 cases rise again due to super spreader events.
Vaccination days, only 1.5 million
Citizens
started last February 7.
So ngayon, I would like to
For children were opened, including 84 sites in Metro Manila.
Maynilad Water Service Incorporated will still face water service interruption until the end of February. According to Jennifer Rufo, the water has been pushing unusual amounts of sediment toward our Putatan treatment plants and Cavite.
So ito po ay mag-extend from February 16 up to February 2. Kailangan lang natin although nag-improve naman na po. So by tomorrow,
scheduled water supply cuts. MWSS has warned that it will impose a penalty on Maynilad if the water has not been returned to north 2 months. Meanwhile, Maynilad said they are ready to face the
natin yan kung ano man ang kanilang maging desisyon.
UNTV, we serve the people, we give glory to God.
Presidential candidate Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos leads the presidential survey of Pulse Asia with 60% of the respondents choosing him as the next president of the country. Vice President Leni Robredo followed with 16%, while Senator Manny Pacquiao and Manila Mayor Isko Moreno Dumagoso tied at 8%. Senator Panfilo Lacson, meanwhile, is at 4%. In several statements, the presidential candidates in the 2022 election said it is too early to say that the results of the recent polls will also dictate the election results in May. The camp of presidential candidate Vice President Leni Pacquiao reiterates that he is not the people will continue. Support he sees new campaigning.
Tayan tayo.
Senator Panfilo Lacson on his Twitter, for Labor leader Yori de Guzman, the survey results will Meanwhile, the Marcoses camp shows that numbers don't lie. In the vice presidential survey, Marcoses tandem Sara Duterte Carpio is in the lead, followed by Senate President Vicente Tito, Francis Kiko Pangiliong, and Lito Atienza. Eileen Cerudo, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
Consolidated disqualification cases against Ferdinand Marcos Jr. before the COMELEC First Division believes his contention and bank today. He asked dismissal of his case in bar for allegedly cruel turpitude.
We submitted our memoranda.
Meanwhile, petitioners Ilagan et al. And Akbayan et al. Will also seek a resort from the Bank through a motion for reconsideration tomorrow. The petitioners said they are not on appeal before the COMELEC and Bank. They assured though they Dante Abento, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people.
Marcos and Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio conducted their campaign rally in Cagayan Province and Quezon City. In Tuguegarao City, Marcos is joined by senatorial candidate Harry Roque and former Senate President Juan Ponce Enrile. Marcos said they are roaming around the country to campaign for unity. He believes that unity is the initial step to recover from the pandemic.
Yan po ang aming pananaw na ito ang tapat na paniniwala ng unity, na ang pagkakaisa ay ang unang hakbang para tayo po ay makarecover na mula dito sa pandemya, mula dito sa economic crisis na dala rin ng pandemya.
The BBM Sara Unity Team also held their proclamation rally at the Amoranto Stadium in Quezon City. Their supporters swarmed the venue. Several local candidates in Quezon City also joined the team. Nel Maribuhok, UNTV News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
Leode de Guzman wants to improve, first remove the middleman and sold it at a high. That when the government acts as a also adds the government must invest, also adds the government must involve process.
Kung kaya nga.
And regulate rice dependency in other country struggles.
Kung ititigil natin yung
News and Rescue, we serve the people.
Factors that may affect the May 2022. Jean Fajardo noted that among the risks are the existence of private armed groups.
Sa ngayon, marami pa po tayong binabati.
Fajardo added they are now working with the armed forces of the Philippines to identify any threats in the upcoming elections.
Ito naman ay pinagtutulungan ng
Junardo Carlos assures the commitment of the National Police to attain and or submitted its list of areas of concern to the Commission on Elections. Ilagan, UMTV News and Rescue. We serve the people. We give glory to God.
And 30 new cases of novel coronavirus. Active cases stood at 76,609 with 93.8%, and the deaths have surged to 5,817,300.
Where thousands say the camp of Vice President Leni Robredo and with volunteer groups from various Filipinos.
Yung pinirmahan natin gan lahat.
The Leni Kiko attends a clan and anti-serve the people. We give glory to God.
To find the real solutions and immediate actions with stronger bets.
So wala po tayo.
Tomorrow, they are joined by three give glory to God.
From the contest soon as he continues to now.
I am a fighter in
can be seen as new forces arrive at the Ukrainian border this week, making a distinct possibility that an invasion could begin before the end of the Beijing Winter Olympics.
As we've said before, we are in the window when
John Kirby also said that the Department of Defense's intelligence was a combination of factors. Sullivan expressed their hopes to work on results-oriented diplomacy, but the U.S. is also prepared to respond along with allies and partners should Russia proceed.
Our response would include severe economic.
Americans in Ukraine have already been warned to leave the country and take advantage of the available commercial. Also moved out and ordered the evacuation of most of its embassy staff
to initiate a strike action. Matters of concern raised were the left have unanimously voted to initiate Thursday. It's also acknowledged the difficulty of the frontline workers and paramedic union. Back to
James Blunt and Macarena on repeat. This was the government's response. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said the protesters and nurses, including mask wearing.
Fanny de Borba of the Swiss League Against Cancer was extremely pleased to other countries like New Zealand, who took action in banning restriction of tobacco advertising. The 9,500 deaths are linked to tobacco consumption. As compared, around 27% of those who have complete advertising is currently legal at the national slippery slope as far as individuals see. Back to you, Marielle.